Welcome to the Alchemy of Ascension Summit. I'm your host, Waxela Sananda, and today I will be having a conversation with Vandana Atara Aura. But first, please join me in a short alignment process so that we can all really get present, get our hearts tuned to this conversation, and be really fully open and present to receive. So begin by closing your eyes and tune into your heart center and the light within your heart. Breathing deeply into your belly and allowing the breath to expand your heart light. And now tune in to a source of light, the central sun above you. This is the heart of the divine masculine. And bring that divine masculine light of the sun down into the top of your head, all the way to the bottom of your feet. And then allow that light to join with the light within you, in your heart light. And now tune in to the center of the earth, the heart of the mother, the divine feminine heart light. And bring this divine feminine light up through the layers of the earth and allow it to enter into the base of your spine and the bottoms of your feet. And then it will travel all the way to the top of your head like liquid crystal plasma. And bring that light, just breathe it into your heart center, joining with the light from above and the light within you, creating a holy trinity of divine light within your heart. And expand your heart light now out around your body and out to connect with every other person listening or watching at this time. And connect in with myself and Vandana so that you can be fully present to receive whatever is here for your highest good today. And then also connect into the community of light that we are all a part of. We are all on this spiritual journey together, supporting each other. And I appreciate every one of you. And with that, go ahead and open your eyes and join me in welcoming Vandana Atara Aura. Vandana is such an interesting and amazing being. I don't even know where to begin. I usually take like one page of notes to introduce someone, and I was writing things down and I just didn't even know I have 4 pages. They're everywhere. So a few things that I could kind of harness are that Vandana is an energy healer, a medical Reiki master, an intergalactic channel, and she is the creator of Vandana Light Healing and so much more, including an Ascension trainer. So with that, I will pass it over to you. Welcome, Vandana. I'm so happy to have you here today.
Thank you, Waxela. I love your name too. And I'm very honored, deeply honored, and really appreciate your invitation to join you and reunite with you again in this lifetime in this beautiful platform and this sacred container that you have co-created with the divine. Your meditation was very uplifting and expanding at the same time, so grounding. So it feels so good to be with you again. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you for being here. So just to like kind of jump right in, you do so many things. It's going to be hard to kind of harness what I want to have you share about and
pick one.
conversation go where it goes. But tell me about your work, and I'm particularly interested in that you channel what you call divine doctors and celestial star helpers, and you have this body, this team that you work with. Tell me about that and how, maybe if you wanted to talk about like how that came to be, how you
Sure.
became activated to that, that's interesting to hear too.
Absolutely. So the 3D doctors we know and love, and yet there's a limitation there in this dimension, isn't there? And we know that there must be alternative, higher quantum possibilities and potentialities for that we can connect with, uh, that would provide us with the magic, medicine, and miracles that we all deserve, that can extend our lives, that can help us to live long and prosper. And we know that there are these beings of light, star councils from Arcturus, from Sirius, from Venus, from the Pleiades. We know that there are all these helpers and allies, angels, and avatars that are all here to back and bless us, to support us, and to heal us and to protect us, really. And one day I, was running some processes and getting more and more galactic, and not only helping others, guiding others to raise their vibration, but also my own frequency was really expanding and galactivating, as I call it, very, very high. And it just came into my awareness that if there are earth doctors, and not only the ones that we know about, but also the hidden ones in the inner earth, in Agartha, Amenti, the ascended master doctors, right? The ones that also have different specialties that are in the inner core of the earth. So we also have the Himalayan and Tibetan doctors from Nepal, Indonesia, all of those places, Tibet. We know that there are, like also the ancient elders who are the bodhisattvas also that sprung up from underground, that are here to help us to awaken in this timeline of ascension. And so because of, the earth doctors, the ones that are hidden in the inner realms in the halls of Shambhala, behind the inner rims of Mount Kailash, in these landscapes, in these portals, these vortexes that many of us are not told about, where these are real entry and exit points for star beings to visit us. So we know about this, like the North Pole. We know like there are certain entrance points in the Himalayas that star travelers can come in, and that that they are here with us, that we are not alone and never can be alone. And then all of a sudden the Galactic started coming in and saying, Dr. Lorfin came in, who is from what he has shared with me, or they, because it's not a person, it's not a being, it's a collective consciousness, came in and said, so we're from Sirius, but we, when there was division and war there, we split away between Sirius A and Sirius B, and we moved our I call them the holy healing hospitals in the higher realms and dimensions. We moved our practice, our medical practice, our offices, our multidimensional medical centers, celestial medical centers. We moved to Shambhala, where there is just eternity, immortality, and spirituality, sacred spirituality, and that we are all in touch with our bodies. There's only perfect health, and there's no sickness, illness, or dis-ease of any form, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So then another group of beings came in, which are the Arcturian medical assistants, and I lovingly refer to them as the Ammas. So the Almas are the Arcturian medical assistants, and the Arcturian medical assistants are the ones that assist Dr. Lorfan in the spirit surgeries and in the divine doctoring processes and treatments. And so what they do is they travel and they oversee and overlight not only us, but our earthbound medical team in 3D. So we know that every specialist that we ever might need to visit for an intervention, for a healing of any form, we know that there's an overlighting or like a body double or oversoul that is sort of like a divine complement or a counterpart that is a higher version on a soul level of this physical doctor that we can see that's embodied here. So because of this, they not only help us and they can visit us in mostly in dream time when we're the most open and receptive, but they also can shed light and provide these quantum higher, broader insights and perspectives, like, you know, sort of like the wisdom and the light intelligence that's not available here because of the density on our planet. They can also overlight our own doctors and medical team. And these are the celestial medicals that can provide the high magic, the alchemy, that can help us to shape shift into our divine destiny. And that's the simplest way to explain it. They also work with star medicine, but then there's also the medicine from the earth to ground us. The Arcturians even provide Arcturian soil when we visit them as sort of like a take-home gift. And so when we visit them, they give us a little of this soil to plant new seeds in the ground below us on this ascension timeline, so that we can feel safe here and we can sustain our connection, our higher connection, so we don't feel cut off from all of the sort of miraculous possibilities that are always available there that we could bring with us here.
Wow, thank you for that.
Of course.
Galactic history type in a way, or galactic
just my perception, just
yes.
My experience, and
yeah.
And not really just my experience, but it seems like more and more light workers and energy healers are channeling in or calling in or connecting in, communicating in with this this sort of shimmering, shining vibration and frequency, this platinum frequency, which is the highest frequency and the highest vibration. That will also, you see, they really guard us and protect us, and they oversee our ascension, the ascension of humanity, all sentient beings. So especially for energy sensitive souls or very highly charged intuitive folks like us, we feel so deeply, we're so empathic, and that it's sort of like maybe a little easier for us to introduce people to these higher frequencies that might not be aware of it because they're so blinded by 3D density. So it's interesting. Also, there's the doctors of high magic and alchemy, which are the ones that can materialize and dematerialize, manifest and demanifest. So think about manifesting, materializing optimum health to, you know, immortality, just like a Christed Buddhic body, perfected light body, luminous rainbow light body. And then the doctors from the earth, they're known as Dr. Fritz and Dr. Khan, actually lived in, you know, they had human lives. They were highly skilled surgeons and have their own specialties, and they continue to work for us, you know, and volunteer and teach and train other light workers and sort of become embodied in channelers while they're working on people on the table on a healing, you know, during the healing session. So those are the doctors I say that can help to shrink, things that are artificially grown. So any form of artificial intelligence, a tumor, or like just something like an unnatural growth that's not supposed to be there. And they also work on the cellular level. So Arcturians and their light ship and their spaceship, their starship, they have all the spiritual technology and the sacred geometries, the infrared therapies. Everything is there at their disposal. That they have the answers that is not available here yet.
Hmm. So let me ask you a question about that. You said something about the artificial intelligence that can be a tumor. Is that what you mean? Like a cancerous tumor can sometimes, or even non-cancerous, can sometimes be an implant or something artificial that can be removed. And is that always the case with a tumor, or is that just certain types of tumor? And how do we know?
So we have to release our egoic little mind that feels like it needs to know everything, or else it doesn't feel safe in the world. That's number one. And if we don't know, it's okay. We don't have to know in each and every moment, but they always know. So we step out of our own way. We get out of our own way, and we release our fears and doubts and anxiety about the future, what's going to happen to our body. And we call them in before we go to sleep. We speak with them, we write to them, we invite them and invoke them in to gather around our bedside, to visit us in dream time, to hold our hands, to, sort of like supervise us, to not supervise, but to surround us in this field of light. And where all of this sort of, they provide a safety net, a platinum net, and they work on us. They perform spirit surgeries, or if you'd like to call it an extraction. I don't like to use that word because it doesn't feel good to me. But what I really notice provides the greatest shift and comfort is etheric acupuncture, because there are these overlighting master acupuncturists and body workers, acupressurists, who know our sore spots, the blind spots, the sore spots, like all the parts of us that are hidden even from our consciousness and our awareness. And they can really open our eyes to receiving things that we might have missed, by reconnecting us with our own body's awareness and intelligence, so that we can be these quantum like receivers and transmitters of a greater presence and awareness in each and every moment. So they perform all of these spirit surgeries and divine processes. They also work with medical Reiki doctors, because I'm also a medical Reiki master, which means that I have permission to go into hospitals and offer Reiki during a surgery, pre or post-surgery, to recover faster, to accelerate the rate of recovery. And I use Reiki and accelerated light healing, which I channeled in 2012, the beginning of the shift, or the shift that was really, that we couldn't miss, that everyone was, became aware of overnight. So this is, so getting back to your question, did I answer your question?
Yeah. Speaking of
Oh,
that,
no, I actually didn't answer everything. You were asking me about tumors. So
yeah.
we know that the root, the core of every physical dis-ease or imbalance or disturbance, disharmony, is spiritual, it's emotional, and it's just trapped trauma that is stored on a cellular and subatomic level. It also gets passed on to us genetically intergenerationally and gestationally in the womb. It can get passed on to us. We can be predisposed to it. And this is all based on unaddressed and undigested stress, anxiety, trauma, wounds. So we go always in our practice to the original cause of that first difficult trauma timeline. And then Dr. Lorfan goes in and he gently and non-invasively, safely always, because we're working only on the etheric bodies, even with the etheric acupuncture, I call them needleless needles because they're not physical needles. So they're so microscopic, but they're always blessed with the star medicine. And they're always dipped into sacred, blessed, baptized water. So holy waters, holy herbs, holy essences, minerals, vitamins, supplements from nature, from Mother Nature here, and from natural substances that are there, that are, you know, in the stars. So star matter, stardust, and all of those magical minerals that are composed of the stars, because we're from the stars, but we're also from the earth. So it's important this star medicine has this lasting, deep, time-released effect. And it, in its own divine time, order, and intelligence, with its own wisdom, is released like a time-released capsule, is inserted into us in these light and these packets of light intelligence. So it's from the stars, but it's also in these little microscopic capsules that sometimes come from this, I call the cosmic pharmacy, but also we have that cosmic pharmacy in our hearts. So actually all the wisdom and the medicine is inside of our hearts. And if we trust that, if we trust our intuition, and we can release the fear. And that's why we call on Dr. Lorfan, because he is a master, cosmic, miraculous physician of all universes, the healer of healers, the teacher of teachers, the master of masters. And if you resonate with Dr. Lorfan, even the sound of his name, it's only because you have worked with him before. And so the clients and students that sign up for my Galactic Healing programs and my weekly healing transmissions, when I run these processes, they get the chills when they sort of like even hear his name. They've told me like, I've worked with him before, I've studied with him before, I've learned how to heal other bodies before, and I want to work with him again. The name, even the vibration of his name, really deeply resonates with me.
Nice. Yeah. That's interesting that people can feel it, you know, and
it was the same for me. I didn't know even what was happening when he downloaded me with the instructions and the information in dream time, and started transcribing it, you know, in these huge books that look like Akashic records, you know, and these holy books, like, you know, ancient, you know, from my galactic lifetimes, from my galactic heritage. I had really no idea about him until really the last couple of years. And then when he came in, and I noticed the feedback and the positive shifts that people, and this sense of relief and euphoria, like this sense of peace and closure, and all the stories that were coming in, the testimonials, like, oh my goodness, like, I have never felt this way before. My test results are now normal. You know, that shrunk. This has rearranged itself. You know, my blood pressure is normalized and regulated. And it's just because they carry these star codes and these Arcturian laser light processes and therapies that really do work on a cellular level. So it's not like a Band-Aid like here, where we could just say, take this pill and call me in the morning and you'll feel better. That just adjusts the, you know, whatever it is on the outside in on a temporary basis. This is really creating long-lasting, permanent shifts
Is
from
this
inside out.
And is this something that you can do virtually, like as a
Yes,
guided meditation? Would you like to walk us through something? Like,
absolutely. Well, they're already here, and I'm
yeah.
sure you can feel their divine presence already. But why don't we introduce you to the etheric overlighting acupuncturist? And so I just want to share first that this card came up, and it's called Emergence. It's about getting in touch with your childlike, playful, innocent, true nature. And we're all going through this reemergence, this rebirth, this resurrection in the world womb, or the womb of the world, the womb
Mm.
of Universal Mother. And so the Arcturian mothers also are here. So let's invite them in. I'll take you through a platinum net process, and this will help you to feel safer if you were told or diagnosed with any particular um, label or like diagnosis that might feel scary, or that you might be somehow your body might be in danger and you're sort of like in survival mode right now. So it's important to release all of that withheld stress and the trauma on a cellular level. So we're going deep into the muscle memories, the your bones, your blood, right? And we're going to clean it all up with this star medicine, this diamond dust, to polish your aura, to strengthen your aura. So we're going to just go and see what the doctors ordered for you today, what your divine prescription or subscription might be. And just know that this process is going to continue for the next 24 hours, if not longer, continuously receiving the 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 insights, the information, the downloads, upgrades, and the resets. So just breathe, take 3 deep breaths into the very center and core of you. And we're going to open up the top and the bottom of you and just begin to, as you're breathing and taking 3 very, very deep, full, slow breaths, going to open and expand your living luminous lungs. To open, activate, galactivate, and expand your lungs, your heart, and every part of you that is hiding or has gone to sleep. Reactivating your dormant gifts and your dormant DNA, your cells. And let's just go ahead and breathe that platinum light that's starting to move through the atmospheres, through the stars, through the nebulas, constellations, Milky Way solar system, and just expand and open into all of that energy and higher frequency, all of that radiance and magnetism, that life force energy and new earth vitality. And just go ahead and connect deep down into the soles of your feet underground. And we're going to invite in the star doctors and the earth doctors right now. And breathing in that new earth emerald green light from the ley lines, timelines, limestones, sandstones, rocks, crystals, the terahertz, to stabilize and neutralize the Schumann resonance, the electromagnetic fields of the earth, to calm down the heartbeat of Mother Gaia, Pachamama. And as our Earth Mother, Gaia and Tara, and all of the inner earth, Tibetan, Himalayan, ascended masters, doctors, ancients, elders, and even the Kachinas, the power spirit beings from northern Arizona, from the reservations, from all of your past lives, when you were a Kachina, when you were a medicine man, medicine woman, earth shaman, when you were the leader of your village. So just go ahead and connect with those earth bodies that are still alive in the inner earth. So we're going to go straight to the inner crystal sun underground, to the volcanic rocks, the stones, and the roots, your invisible roots, and connect to your people, your kin, the power sources, the earth magic, and breathe up all of that flora and the fauna from those timelines to reconnect you with the alchemical and magical but natural timeline transformers and the doctors of high magic, to introduce and invite you into different and greater healed and holy and healthy possibilities and potentialities. So breathing up all of that rich, radiant, ruby red life force energy from Lemuria, from Atlantis, from Mu, from ancient Sirius, ancient Egypt, all of those lifetimes when you were a priestess, a goddess, reclaiming your potency and earth mastery, and changing the possibilities and potentialities with ease and grace in this sovereign, safe, and sacred space, and breathing up all that energy and let it move up through your pillar of light, columns of light, releasing, unwinding, unwrapping, unraveling, unlocking, world of healthy, happy, holy possibilities, potentialities, codes of eternity and immortality in this Arcturian temple of purification, beautification, rejuvenation, regeneration, and transmutation. So allow yourself to just float now for the remainder of this transmission, the beautiful Arcturian crystal lakes and Arcturian temples, to be rebirthed, reborn, resurrected, repatterned, reprogrammed, and to release to Dr. Lorfan all of your fears, worries, doubts, and despair. And we're going to call in all the celestial adrenal specialists, endocrinologists, to start networking to de-adrenalize hypervigilance, hyperarousal, states of ADD and PTSD and overwhelm that were inherited, passed on to you, that you absorbed, internalized, and took on in the womb and past lives, and in all of the bodies that you've ever had. And allow all of this beautiful, magical energy to be poured in drops of Amrita, liquid honey, nectar, ambrosia, prana, mana, all the way down and through you in this Christed chalice, this holy grail, liquid gold, luminous, liquid, plasmic, photonic light, ultraviolet light to just cast away, burn away, dissolve, melt, soften you, and shrink any growths, any unnatural, artificial tendencies, worries, demanifest, dematerialize, dissolve, isolate, and identify all unnatural energies and densities that you've inherited, adopted, taken on, copied, duplicated unconsciously, subconsciously, and invasively from other beings, bodies, and the members of your own bloodline and family. Whew, and just start releasing all that through the pores of your skin and wrapping that platinum net, the platinum shield, beautiful golden dome from Archangel Michael, Raphael, Master Hilarion, and all of the Ascended Masters, Melchizedek, Mahatma, Metatron, Kutumi, and the Soul Doctors, Wamas, Lord Kutumi, El Moria. So all of the Ascended Masters are all part of this sacred technology, cosmology, the sacred triangle. So we have the cosmic doctors, we have the soul master doctors, and then we have the earth doctors from the mountaintops, from the terrains of the mountainous regions, from Atlantis, and also from all of the rocks, the hills, the mountain peaks, from the ancient indigenous ones, from your bloodlines, and allow all of this to settle into your blood and bones, to awaken you, to shift you, to upgrade you, to enlighten you. Breathing in the platinum all around you, that liquid diamond light, mixing it with the rainbow frequencies, those orbs and spheres of rainbow luminosity coming in, traveling in, just awakening and activating, galactivating all of your fields, your bodies, your beings, your nervous systems, de-adrenalizing you, releasing you from the fight, the flight, the fear, heating you up where you're cold, cooling you down with platinum light and titanium medicine where you are overheated, overstimulated, or overwhelmed. So continue drinking and swallowing, absorbing, reinstating this healed, holy, harmonious frequency from Adonai, Kadosh, 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 Adonai, Sabayot. Kadosh, 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 Adonai, Sabayot. Kadosh, 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 Adonai, Sabayot. And see your healthiest, happiest, holiest version of you, your divine Arcturian or Syrian or Palladian or Venusian, Andromedan soul print, your gold print, your divine design, encoded with the divine keys, the golden codes to unlock all spells of dis-ease, dross, debris, density from timelines of duality, anxiety, and allow all of that to drift away as the etheric acupuncturists begin to just insert, scan you, diagnose you, and see what is happening with your energetic bodies, your emotional bodies, and your auric fields. Imagine that this beautiful and strong auric body surrounding you in this egg of life, and just stretching out in this egg of life and breathing in this possibility and potentiality to heal yourself, to turn back on your own healing body's ability to heal itself, to meet the perfect doctors, specialists, psychologists, neurologists, biologists, endocrinologists, to heal your digestive system, your immune system, your nervous systems, all of your systems. And the needles are just lovingly placed wherever they need to be placed and will dissolve with their own psychic intelligence and awareness. You won't feel anything except a tingling sensation and vibration. So breathing into this multidimensional, magical, medicinal, miraculous possibilities, and feel that shift, feel that awakening, feel that hope, feel that divine restoration, recalibration, as all of your cells, molecules, atoms, chromosomes, mitochondria, all the way down and through your blood, your veins, capillaries, and bones, your joints and ligaments, your tendons, your muscles, your tissues, everything is lit up from the inside out. Everything is awakened, illumined, and enlightened. Activating your divine, healthy, happy, holy body of light. And breathing in the rainbow lights in your rainbow, Maya Varupa, rainbow light body, luminous light body, and allowing yourself to become a hollow tree, a hollow bone, and allowing everything to move and flow through you, and whatever is not true and not authentically you to flush and drain out through the soles of your feet, through the palms of your hands of might and majesty, so you can receive, you can allow, you can embrace, you can hold, absorb, and store all of these cosmic medicines, solutions, the remedies, the supplements that were missing before. So just be willing to bring all of this, to breathe this in all the way to the center of you, dissolving the root of all trauma, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and on a soul level. And begin to re-engage and reunite with your healed bodies, envisioning, dreaming your healed body into existence, manifesting, materializing your healed bodies right before your very eyes, and see that, feel that. Notice what it feels and looks like to feel good and strong, to move, to flow, to travel easily and effortlessly into all timelines, lifetimes, dimensions, galaxies, and realities with ease and grace in the safe and sacred sovereign space of your own body temple. So just breathing, and when you're ready, returning back to this state of grace. Thanking yourself, thanking your team, and coming all the way back home to you.
Wow. That was a journey.
It sure was. We
I
lose
was,
track of time and space when that happens, so.
yeah, I was hearing this sound, but it wasn't your voice. It was in addition to your voice as you were speaking. It'll be interesting to listen back on the replay and see if I can hear that. It was like this whooshing, kind of like, you know, like whooshing noises, but sometimes it changed and it was almost like a whisper. And so that was really interesting that, you know, I
Wow.
don't hear that. I didn't hear that until that, you know, that journey. So really interesting. And then
Wow.
also there was this whole series of events that I was experiencing from visual, you know, auditory and physical. It like started out with the and I'm sharing this so that other people that have had these types of experiences know that this is part of what happens.
Yeah.
But like the base, it felt like the base of my heart. It's a strange sensation. I've never really felt this before, like as if the bottom of my heart started beating. Like
Wow.
I can't even really describe it because it's not something I've ever experienced and it's strange. But like, you know, like sometimes when your heart beats fast, it feels like it's here, it's up high. But this was like a low, deep pulsation in like what I can only visualize as the bottom of my heart being like pulled down. Really interesting. I felt that throughout the whole process.
May I share what I'm
Sure.
getting, the messages that in the information that's coming through right now? Your heart, your higher harmonic heart was opening, but also the bottom of it was also recalibrating to become a rhythmic match or to sync up with the heartbeat of Gaia, the earth heartbeat. That's what I'm getting. So it's like the electromagnetic field of your heart, which is the biggest field, the widest field that stretches out at least 18 feet all around us, always, especially because your heart was so open in this moment. It was being rewired and recalibrated to sync up with the heartbeat of the earth, but also of the stars. Right? And that's what it felt like to me, like you were almost in a heart womb.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for sharing all of that information about the whooshing sound, because I also I haven't received that feedback from anyone yet. I know that because I'm a Buddhist also, and I chant from the Lotus Sutra every day, twice a day, and it's Nam Myoho Renge Kyo is the chant. And I know that lately, over the last year, I've been almost hearing like a second layer. There's something called throat singing or overtoning. So it's kind of like that, but it's not coming from me. It feels like it's coming from like the ancient elder, like the Buddhist monks or the nuns, or the priests or priestesses from ancient timelines.
Wow.
And it feels like they are chanting along with me. They're backing and blessing and supporting me. So this is also something that your audience, whoever is tuning in now or in the future, is supposed to hear, that will deeply resonate with people. Because a lot of people now, with the accelerated ascension, new earth energies, are really feeling quite in overwhelm, because the old ways aren't working anymore and are literally collapsing before our very eyes. And it can make us feel cast under a sort of spell or an illusion, like Maya, a veil of illusion, that we're alone through this, but we're never alone. And I think that is when you just said to me about the whoosh, it means that the Arcturians are real, that this is not just like a fantasy or a nice relaxation meditation. It is a nice relaxation meditation and transmission, but it actually is proof, living proof, that our senses are really being awakened and fine-tuned and rewired. Like our multidimensional sensory, our senses, the way that we perceive things, and with our ears, with our eyes, right? Our hearts, our clairvoyance, clairsentience, everything is really like amping up and accelerating. And that's why you were able to be aware of that, which maybe you weren't before. That might not have anything to do with me. I'm not saying I'm anything special, but it has also to do with that you were just activated.
Something else I'm feeling like I need to share about that experience is I had, and this has happened to me before, but I really got it strong during this transmission. It's like I can feel gills on the sides to the back of my neck. I know I have had a lot of myrrh lifetimes, like Lemuria, but like, what's that?
Me too.
Yeah. So it's something that's happened to me before, where I feel like a water creature, where I have gills filtering, and their receptors and antenna, like they're so sensitive. And I felt that activation. I was like, oh, there are my gills. And I've actually gone in meditation and under hypnosis, gone to lifetimes of being a whale, being a seahorse, being a mer person. So,
A
you know, that's something I've
dolphin.
experienced, but you know, it's not something I experience every day. And I really felt that
Wow.
activating,
Thank
and
you.
the back of my neck there is super hot too. It's like, wow, I feel
Oh
like it's
yeah.
on fire. So it's
Yes.
really interesting, like the different bodily sensations, and I was getting
Yes.
visuals. But I do want to say to everybody who participated or who just, you know, watched and didn't participate, there is it's a choice. Just like when you choose to go to the doctor, you make an appointment, you show up, you can still walk out the door if you change your mind when you go in. There's an internal permission that you need to give in order
Yes.
to receive that. And
Yes.
if you are a first time, you know, you've never received something like that, or if it felt scary or like you weren't ready for that and you just watched, that's fine. And if now, like after thinking about it, feeling it, whatever, if you decide, oh, I really want to fully experience that, go back and listen again and open yourself up to the experience. It's your choice. I'm not telling you to do it, but I'm telling you it's your
Right.
choice to choose that if you want it. And then you can really receive in a deeper way, because sometimes if this is new, it could be like, oh, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that, you know, going to acupuncture or any doctor.
Yeah, and that's totally fine. It's like wherever you're at is exactly where you need to be. You just have to be willing to say yes to receive it. And what I always tell people is there's like kind of like when you're in the stars and you're like floating in space and you have your beautiful, you know, star doctors with you. You can know there's like a red X. You could opt out. You could just say, you know what? I think like this is a lot of energy, and I don't know if I'm ready, or maybe I'm not in a place. Maybe I'm at work and I can't really get into it or really like allow myself to go there. So just say, okay, you know what? I'm just going to press that red X and opt out for now. And when I'm ready, or when I feel like, you know what, I'm going to give this a try because nothing else has worked for me. And I've gone to that healer and that psychic and that reader, and I had my Akashic records read and still no change, and I'm still struggling. Then you could say, maybe there is something here. And then you could take a look at the testimonial page on my website, and you could see, like, literally, I'm not, you know, this is not like a self plug or anything, but literally, I'm blown away because that's not coming from me. I'm not responsible. Like, it's coming through me as the
Mhm.
channel. So, you know, if you feel like it is something like different, you know, it's a question of trusting. This is a time of trust and faith. Nothing else, nothing less than trust can shift us and can help us or save us. So this is a time of letting go of the old false identities and stepping into your your spiritual identity and your sort of new earth authenticity. Just be yourself.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
that's
and
my message.
absolutely. And tune into your heart. You know, I feel like the heart and the gut will tell you what's right for you. So tune in and ask yourself, your heart and your gut, and listen to your body. Your body gives you feedback. So listen, like, is this something, you know, and something you can sometimes
Yes.
do that works for a lot of people is stand up and ask the question. And if your body leans forward, it's a yes. And if your
I was
body
just
leans
reading.
backward, you do that?
Well, I was just reviewing the emotion code, and I
Oh,
was actually watching Dr. Brad, I think is his name.
he will be on this summit too.
Okay, so that's so funny.
Yeah, Dr. Brad
Um,
Nelson.
yes,
Hmm.
and that is true. So this is kinesiology, muscle testing, which is very valid, and there are lots of people that do that. So yes, trusting and embodying your own body. However, if you're very out of your body and sort of hovering around it, that might not be enough for you. The only way to truly tell and to
Yeah, right.
trust the wisdom and the messages and the intelligence coming from your bodies on a cellular level is to be in fully embodied.
Yeah.
And because a lot of us who have experienced PTSD and symptoms of overwhelm and anxiety have disassociated disassociated from our bodies. And that's why I have positions like self-hug and self-holding position, so you could really settle back into your body, and then everything else is easier. Because if you're not really
Yes.
present in your body, it'll take longer, or it'll might feel like, what's happening? It's not working. That's because you're not really in your body.
Yes.
There's
Good
some
point.
sense of imbalance or ungroundedness that makes you feel safer. So always ask your body, does this feel light? Is this the right healing modality for me, or spiritual technology? Or does it feel good? Like when I listen to Vandana's voice, does my body warm up? And does it feel like juicy and light? And does it feel like light and expansive? Then that's your answer. That's your truth. Everyone will be attracted to a different type of energy or frequency. So if it's not a match, and it won't be in alignment with you, maybe not now, but maybe in a year from now it will be. So that's my answer. If something feels heavy, then usually there's some type of a block or something, some type of a misalignment. But yes, what you just said, the swaying and everything like that is good if you're already like, you know, really.
Embodied. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. That was really an amazing journey. I really
you're
enjoyed it, and I
welcome.
feel a lot of power in that. You have some classes and things I wanted to share about. You have a Galactic Healing Sacred Soul Journey. Well, that is that what we just did, the Galactic Healing Sacred Soul Journey, or a version of it?
Yes.
Okay. That's, that's what I was kind of thinking. That's what that felt like. And then you have a new class coming out, which is a Galactic Practitioner Program. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, it's basically galactic energy medicine. So we're just embodying and channeling in the high frequencies of no mind and pure heart and magical multidimensional possibilities, galaxies, realities, so that we don't feel alone. We do feel that we have the backing and blessings from our star ancestors, because we don't only have physical ancestors, we have spiritual and galactic ancestors as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not told that. So it may feel like an unfamiliar concept, or it may feel like wow, finally, like very like valid, I'm getting this validation and confirmation that yeah, I am from the stars, that it's okay, I am an earth star seed, it is okay. Like that's why I was teased and picked on when I was a kid, and I was always, you know, like even judged by my parents and thought of as just like a weird kind of quirky kid, you know, or just like really different from everybody else. And that's because you are. And some of us have more lives in the stars, some of us have more lives on the earth, you know. So the thing is, we're made of both substances, so it's really important
Yeah.
to monitor this age of ascension, because everything is rapidly accelerating and activating. And we don't, you know, this will help us to feel more grounded and more aware of what these changes, you know, how to navigate the new earth energies, you know, how to manage our sensitivities, our empathies, you know, and how to feel okay and safe in our bodies. So that is why we have the Galactic Energy Healing Practitioner Program. This is actually level 2. There was also a level 1 as well. And
There it
so
is.
yeah, it's funny when I touch my camera, my webcam, it goes back. Anyway, so I hope I didn't freak anyone out with the backdrop changing. So this is sometimes like I feel like this happened because this has never happened before on any other show. So I'm feeling like this is sort of like a sign that people need to be more in touch with their magical abilities. And we have them. We're all magical alchemists, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So, right? So we have the ability to transmute copper into gold. And it's a little different, the program, but it also is very it's perfect for these times that we're living in. So there's a level 1, there's a level 2. It's 6 classes of 2-hour deep and profound instructions, clearings, creations, resets, transmissions, introductions to the Arcturians, to the galactic gatekeepers, the guardians that watch over you, that overlight all of us. And also healing processes. I think there's like 42 PDF documents that you could print out for your own healing journeys, to just start practicing for self-healing and self-care, as well as to use on your loved ones. If you're not ready, you don't have to open and like quit your job. Please don't do that. And like, I'm going to start a practice. I'm going to start a healing practice. You can do that, but it might not happen in the timeline and the sequence that you think it's going to happen. So I don't recommend doing that, but I recommend easing into these tools and techniques, these quantum healing tools and techniques, to experience this energy, this star energy medicine for yourself. And this will help you to feel more supported and on a higher, more abundant, kinder earth timeline. And so this is the age of unity and community, but also authenticity. So if you have healing, you know that you have healing gifts and super magical abilities. You know that your hands are very healing, that they're very warm when you work on people, you know, and you just intuitively know how to make people's bodies feel good, or just showing up as a gift in your presence, people automatically feel better. They feel like they could breathe more deeply in your presence. That means that you're a healer, and there are all different forms of healers. You can just, you know, be a guide, a mentor, you know, just hold space for someone. You don't have to become a full-time healer overnight, but this will give you all the tools and the processes that you need to run these processes for yourself and for clients. If you have an existing practice, if you're a body worker, if you're a healer, a teacher, a coach, whatever you do already. So this is just like gifting and blessing you with additional tools in your medicine kit, in your toolbox, that really work, and especially in this ascension, on this ascension timeline.
Wonderful. I love that. And before we go, I definitely want to let people know that you have a beautiful free gift, and it is embodying your sacred femininity and divine masculine, encoded frequency transmissions. That sounds incredible. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I believe there are 4 or 6 90-minute Sacred Soul journeys, and each one will help to heal and harmonize and empower any type of either divine feminine or sacred masculine disempowerment wounds. You just listen to it, you press play, you lie down, you lean in, you open your heart, you say, yes, I'm willing to receive this, and you just get out of your own way and let the transmissions heal and empower you, whatever it is. Because most of the time, we all have some type of a block or some type of an imbalance. Either we're giving too much and not receiving that support back, or maybe we've shut down our hearts and we're not able to receive, and we feel so alone and unwell, unsafe in the world. So both the feminine, masculine, female, male parts of us need to reunite, to merge, meet, marry, and merge with each other, to heal and harmonize all of our systems, so that we're giving and receiving, and it feels like there's a flow there. And it just makes life a lot easier that way. Because if you had a mother or father that you were raised by, exposed to every day, that wasn't a match to your high vibration, you automatically, to survive, had to lower your vibration to become a match to stay in your body. But also you experience soul loss. So there are parts of you and your essence and your true nature and your gifts and your spark, soul spark, that also fled. So this will help to retrieve and recover all those magical parts of you as well. And if your mother or father was wounded, self-absorbed, and emotionally immature and unavailable, this is definitely going to help.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It has just been such a pleasure. I really loved that transmission that you did, that journey that we went on.
Thank
That
you.
itself is a gift that people can go back and listen to. And then everyone be sure, if that resonates with you and everything that we just talked about, go get, well, you can follow the link in today's email for Vandana's free gift of that sacred divine masculine transmission, or divine masculine feminine. And we have to end there, but I do want to say thank you to everyone for watching. Please respond to today's email and let us know what were your takeaways. I'd love to hear what you experienced during that journey that she took us on. Did you have physical sensations? Did you have visions? Did something open up for you? Or was there something in the conversation that was impactful or interesting to you? Please write and reply to the email from today and let me know, and I will share all of what you share with me with Vandana, and grab that free gift. And it has been my pleasure. Thank you so much for all of what you've shared today and continually.
Thank you, Waxela.
My pleasure.
I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, take a rest, take a breather, just soak in this energy, this frequency. Don't be in the left logical brain, and just go outside and be in nature and just, wash yourself, bathe yourself in sunlight if possible.
I love
Yeah.
that.
It was a pleasure and an honor to be on your show. And thank you so much again.
Thank you, and namaste.
Namaste.